Hello, my friends, and welcome to the dark side. I'm your host, Trey Toledo, and today we're going to be talking about a horror film that was directed by Jim from The Office, aka John Krasinski's A Quiet Place. One of the very best horror films in a long time. It's about a family that lives in a post-apocalyptic world where there are these aliens that are attracted to sound and noise. The family has to live in total silence, and even the slightest noise could result in instant death for all of them. John Krasinski did a masterful job directing this movie. It's suspenseful, it's heartfelt, and it's scary as hell. Single-handedly, one of the most intense movies I've ever seen. The movie came out a few months ago, and I just want to share my thoughts on it with all of you fine folks, sitting with your phones or laptops or whatever. From the first trailer, I was intrigued, but I didn't know how the movie would turn out. I mean, Jim from The Office directing a horror movie? That's pretty random. Going into this movie, I was excited but cautious, as this is John Krasinski's first directing job. From the opening scene where the family is at the pharmacy, this movie just sets you up in such a big way. When the youngest kid picks up a toy rocket ship, and John Krasinski's character takes it away because they can't have anything that makes noise, and right before they leave, the sister gives the kid the damn toy back. Then they're all walking across the railroad tracks, and the kid turns the toy on, and everyone turns around with the most horrified looks on their faces. John Krasinski runs with everything he has, fully prepared to give his life up for his son, and then you just see a giant alien snatch the kid. Just how that sequence sets you up for how ruthless this movie is going to be, and the world that these people are living in. From there on, it's 90 minutes of uneasy tension. And you continue to follow the family through this time of struggle and loss. And the fact that you care about this family makes the movie 10 times even scarier. Another thing is the chemistry between John Krasinski and Emily Blunt is off the charts. They're married in real life, and you can really feel the love between them in this movie, with no words really being said. I honestly think he's got more chemistry with her, his real wife, than the fake one from The Office, whatever her name was. I still really like The Office, by the way. It's just a beautiful movie, man. Also just flat out terrifying. The entire sequence when Emily Blunt goes into labor and the monsters are invading the house, I mean, that's intense. It's almost uncomfortable to watch. Not to mention the part when she steps on that damn nail. That might actually be the hardest part of the movie to watch. Finally, as the monsters are just creeping up the stairs and she can't take it anymore, it just finally screams with everything she has. And then John Krasinski saves her and shit, and it's all happy for a couple minutes. Speaking of which, that scene when he finally dies is really powerful, because forget the monsters. The real story of this movie is a father's love for his children. And it's beautiful, and the whole thing comes together nicely, and I think it ends in the right place too, with Emily Blunt cocking the shotgun. It's also pretty badass. All in all, it's a really good movie, one of the best horror movies in forever. I don't really have any complaints or nitpicks. If there's ever a sequel, I'm down for it, whether it's with this family or some other group of survivors. Bring it on. Make 10 more of them if they're this good. Well, those are my thoughts on A Quiet Place. If you couldn't tell, I liked it a lot. And hopefully Jim from The Office does more movies like this. And by the way, all you lovely people out there watching, all 15 of you fine people, don't forget to follow me on Twitter, like this video, and subscribe.